Okay.
Right, yeah, we're good to go.
In 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. How you doing? And welcome back to another episode of the Coffee Club. This is episode 11, and I want to give a big warm welcome to Faf9.
Hello, it's me. I'm here.
I feel like I nailed that.
Yeah, that was a really good intro. It's like we are in a bit of a predicament at this current moment because this is episode 11, but technically this is our 12th recording.
Yeah, we've already recorded episode 11.
Well, why isn't it out?
Because our Alex hasn't given us the recording.
Yeah.
Because he said some naughty words. He said the M word. No, he didn't.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He
Well,
said,
he
said worse.
He might have said that.
He said fucking worse. And if you want that to come out, just like this video right now.
You like the video?
And we'll drop Alex saying that word, that big nasty word.
Uncensored.
Like
no bleeps, no cuts, anything. It's going to be fully uncut. Yeah. Just so like the video first.
If you want that, just go comment and like this video. Go on, do it now.
Do it right now. Do it right now. We're giving you the time to do it right now.
But as you've probably seen from the title, today we're going to be talking about Toy Story 4 mainly. Pretty much this is the Toy Story 4 episode. We spontaneously went and saw it last night.
Yeah, it was literally just a decision. I just went, you want to see Toy Story? And
it was like 9 p.m. and we were around Alex's and we were just chilling. And yeah, it was literally nothing. Yeah, nothing. Just like, do you want to go see Toy Story? I was like, it won't be out. And we were like, there was an 11:50 screening.
And you were like, we're going to watch that one. And the 11:50 screening, it was an over 18 screening, meaning you could take drinks there as well.
I did not get ID'd, and I was worried I was going to get ID'd for Toy Story.
Imagine getting ID'd.
Yeah, but it was an over 18 screening, and I didn't have my ID on me, so I was like, oh my god, am I not going to get into Toy Story?
No, but that's mental. Imagine being ID'd to watch Toy Story.
I don't think they ID'd you at cinemas.
Yeah, no, they don't ID you unless it's a 15 or 18 rated film.
Yeah, but like, I don't think they just do it in general. I swear I've never been ID'd for a film.
Because you look the age. You said the reason why a lot of stores do if you look under 25, we're going to ID you, please don't be offended, is that some people have, like, they're literally baby. Like, they have baby faces.
But I've got a bit of a baby face.
Well, I think, yeah, I'd say so. But I think it's because you looked like, you know.
I'm 6'2".
Yeah, I know.
That's probably one of the main.
Yeah. Imagine they say, "Oh, to give you an ID, you just bash them on the head."
Yeah, like I'm fucking way tall, like a foot taller than the fucking woman. I
was noticed. I was like just looking down at them, saying, "Give me your tickets."
Is this audio? This audio on the thing looks like I'm too quiet. I can't tell if I'm.
It's because you're mumbling and the microphone was away from you. My microphone stays closer.
Okay, I'll keep it close to mine. No, it's fine. It's fine. Look, it's fine.
I'm only putting it slightly up.
It's all good. So,
Toy Story 4.
Yeah, general thoughts.
The best Disney animated sequel film in years. Actually, since Toy Story 3, I'm going to say.
Yeah. I wouldn't know.
Because it's like, it's mental how much care was actually put into this. I thought this was going to be a cash grab.
The animation.
And it's not even just the animation. Good. Like, the writing was kind of sharp, but I will get into some pet peeves. But my goodness, the film looked amazing.
Yeah, honestly, the film, it was probably the best looking animated film. Oh, no, sorry, I just thought SpiderVerse.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say the best. No, but even then, Disney really went above and beyond with Toy Story 4. It's mental.
The best looking, like, Disney animated film.
Yes, honestly, by far. It was like they upped the bar so much since Toy Story 1.
What was their last film they released at the Pixar?
Coco, I think.
I mean, that was a good film.
And Coco looked amazing as well, but this was on a whole nother level.
Yeah, you can tell there's been loads of effort put into this film.
The rain sequence at the beginning. You weren't there to see it, but the sequence in the rain.
I was watching someone's review on it, and they were like, there was a rain, because I missed the first 5 minutes, but we'll get onto that in a bit.
First 5 minutes looked. I was floored. I was like, it looked superimposed in real life.
Yeah, the dude who reviewed it, I can't remember who it was. He was saying how he couldn't distinguish between if it was real or not.
That's the scary part about the film. It looks so real.
There are some scenes where it's like, wait, is this real life? Like when they zoom out and then it's the RV just going along, and I'm like, wait, is that a real life shot of an RV?
That's what I was like. No, do you know what made it look super weird? The film looked so good. The toys looked like actual proper toys, not even just like, because people are saying like, oh, plastic this, plastic that from the original Toy Story films, but they looked so much like toys that the human characters looked weird.
Yeah, for sure. Bo Peep in this looked so much like
not even that. If you looked, they had those scenes that they were flexing how much they improved on the plastic by zooming into Woody's like face and looking at. You could see the pores in like the in his toy, like his skin.
Yeah, and they also brought in the concept of like toys degrading. Yeah, I know that's always been in there.
I know. I think
they really showed it quite
like the mortality of toys, and the fact that we'll get into it, but the fact that one of the characters literally saw himself as trash because that's where he was born.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
It was like the way he just kept trying to jump into the bins and saying, "Hey, I'm trash." It was like, wow, is this really a metaphor for like depression and stuff all over again?
Yeah, I mean, it was like. The story as well was good. Like the story I put on Twitter, like it made sense. Like it didn't feel like a cash grab. It felt like that this needed to happen,
and it felt like this was the finale because Toy Story 3 ended with quite a few questions because people are like, "Oh, it's really emotional how Woody, like Andy, finally moved on and Woody's now with a new owner." But the problem is that would raise more questions than answers. For example, Bo Peep wasn't in Toy Story 3. People are asking questions as to where she was because she was a big love interest in Toy Story 2.
Yeah,
and also. The main question people asked was the cycle is going to start over again.
Was it the same voice actor?
Everyone had the same voice actor apart from Slinky, whose old one died. And also Mr. Potato Head, his voice actor had died after Toy Story 3. That's why he didn't have many voice lines. His family requested Disney to only use the ones that he'd already recorded. That's why he didn't have much lines. His recordings were from previous films and just behind the scenes.
Oh, no way. That's so sad.
Like it was like the Pixar do have a curse because this has happened with Finding Nemo. Like,
I mean, the films are very old. Like you said earlier, Toy Story 1's 25 years old. And I was like, wait, that's older than me. And I never even realised.
1997 was when the first one came out.
1996, so it would have been 23.
Yeah, it's 23. And Toy Story 2 was 1999. And then the wait between Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3 was 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then the wait between 3 and 4 is 9 years.
Yeah, so people who say they kind of like leech this franchise are kind of exaggerating because it's like four films in 25 years pretty much. Yeah, it's like, I mean, they're not really leeching it. There's real craft.
There's real, and also it was the director of, I believe it was Coco and Inside Out. It was a new director. He'd never directed.
This director was so good.
He didn't direct like Toy Story 1, 2 and 3. He was a first timer for 4. Yeah. But it was like the film looked so good. I think it's time for us. Should we go into like the story and stuff?
Yeah,
what did you really like about the film, like you personally?
I mean, the whole the Forky,
yeah.
Like I know he's a spork, but he's a fork at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I was so surprised because when they first released the trailer, I remember saying to you, being like, "This looks shit." Like, I was like, "This looks so weird."
Yeah.
But actually, it's a really cool concept. Like, it's something that people have always asked.
Yeah, cause like the mortality of a toy. What if you made a toy from scratch? When does it start gaining a sentience?
And it turns out they get the sentience straight away.
Like straight away.
Yeah.
Because it was scary how that jump scare in the beginning. It almost got me. Like, the one where Woody's in but I don't think you might have been there. It was when Bonnie went to kindergarten and Woody was in the bag and got Woody made Bonnie the toy and everything.
Oh no, I wasn't.
And then Woody's in the bag and he's saying, "Oh, that's great. He made a spork and the spork can't talk to me." And then Forky scares the shit out of him.
No, I missed that part.
Yeah, no, that was a massive jump scare.
Yeah, there were a lot of jump scares in this, actually.
Yeah, that's why it was like marks. I remember because they're getting the jump scare thing from Toy Story 3. I remember watching that when I was 10 years old in the cinema.
Toy Story 3 came out when you were 10?
Yeah, 2010.
That didn't come out in 2010.
It did.
I swear to God
it did. Toy Story 3 came out in 2010.
God, that's fucked. That's so fucked. I'm having like an existential crisis right now. Jesus.
Like the toys, yeah.
What the fuck,
it
man?
Came out in 2010.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it came out in 2010. I was 10 when I watched it. I was
13.
I wasn't even born when 1 and 2 came out.
Oh my God. Wait, when were you born?
2000. I'm a 2000 kid.
Oh my God, you're not a 90s kid like me.
Yeah, it's like 2000, January 2000. I was so close to being a 90s kid. So close.
Wait, January
29th.
Oh shit, we're born on... Oh shit.
Yeah, we're born on the same day.
Birthday.
We have the same birthday.
I'm literally directly 3 years before you.
Yeah, it was really weird. It's like with Toy Story, it was like they did imagine 10-year-old me in a cinema and that one scene in Toy Story 3 where they're going to that monkey. You know, the monkey with the symbols?
Yeah.
And he's the one that does the security for that one kindergarten. When they did that scene, we watched it in 3D as well. So we did that scene and they slowly creep up behind the monkey. The monkey swivels his head 180 degrees and screams at the camera. Jeez. Everyone in the cinema screamed their heads off. I fucking shit myself, man.
Yeah, I'm still tripping out about this 2010 thing.
Yeah.
I swear to God, right, the years between 2010 and 2013 were so long.
They felt so long. They felt like an eternity.
Yeah, but 2015 to 2018, so quick.
Yeah, it's like 20. I'd admittedly say 2016 felt like the longest fucking year.
Really?
Yeah, 2016 felt like a long year. But 17, 18, and even 19, we are halfway through the year already.
I felt 2015 was a long year for me.
Yeah, but it's like how Toy Story is literally, people grew up. It's mental. Toy Story people will be watching Toy Story 4 now, and they wouldn't have been born when Toy Story 3 came out.
Yep.
That is mental.
It's such a good marketing scheme for Disney.
Yeah, because
they have made a Toy Story for every single generation for the last.
They have, decades. Yeah. It's like,
it's crazy, man.
No wonder those films make money, because the parents are bringing their kids saying, "Oh, remember we watched the first film back in the day."
Yeah, and then there's more stories,
and it's not even a remake; it's a sequel as well.
Yeah.
And also, it's mental. Tom Hanks.
They don't need to remake these films.
Yeah, and it's really weird how Tom Hanks, like. You'd think that with age, I think one Pixar film that the voice actors kind of felt aged in was Finding Dory and Incredibles 2.
Really?
Yeah, Incredibles 2, the voice actor, the actress for Violet and Helen, they had aged a lot, and you could hear it in their voice, regardless of whether they voice kids or not.
What was I gonna say? How old is Tom Hanks now?
Tom Hanks is old as fuck.
70?
Whoa, is he? You know what? I actually have to check this, because I feel like Tom Hanks is one of those actors that's
he's become a veteran.
Yeah, he is
crazy, man.
Tom
Hanks is one of the actors from when we grew up as well, especially.
Yeah, exactly. He had stuff like The Green Mile and everything.
Yeah, man. Tom Hanks is. I honestly believe Tom Hanks is underappreciated. I feel like he's done quite a lot for acting and film and stuff.
He is 62.
That's so fucking crazy. This shit is honestly scary. Yeah, currently there's a whole new line of top actors coming through, really.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, and Leonardo DiCaprio is kind of like the whole.
No, but that's the thing. Leonardo DiCaprio has been a thing since the 90s as well.
But he's been around for so long. But like, he's becoming now not becoming. He is now an elite actor.
He's always been, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's now what like Tom Hanks was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, but even then, but Tom Hanks did take like a lot of roles. Leonardo DiCaprio is very selective. He likes still choosing his freedom and everything.
Because he wants to just be.
Yeah, he does what he wants. He just does what he wants.
Yeah.
But like, going back to Toy Story, it feels so weird how we've aged. Like, I've gone through the whole of like secondary school for Toy Story 3, and now it's like you feel like Andy moving into university when you're watching Toy Story 4.
I think that is like an unintentional thing they've done there, to be fair. Like,
yeah, they've clearly done that.
You are growing up as this franchise grows up, and that's fucking freaky.
And the toys are timeless, but the people grow up.
Yeah, it's really sad. Like, honestly, the whole Toy Story film, I came out of that film feeling sad. I was like, Jesus Christ, that was depressing as fuck. Whereas Toy Story 2 had such a good, nice, feel-good ending.
Oh, really? I felt like Toy Story 4 was one of the most wholesome films I've watched since.
It was wholesome, but it was still sad. The ending like was genuinely
him leaving the toys and everything, like the people that he's been with for the past, admittedly for like the past 20 years and everything.
Yeah, honestly,
and it is mental. Like, so back to the film, I think one really, really good thing about the film that I don't think people are going to pick up as much is the fact that there's no villain.
There is no villain. Yeah,
there's no villain. I think Gabby and the voice actress, I can't remember who plays. I think it's Christina Hendricks. I'm not too sure, but she was so good as Gabby.
Yeah, because I was kind of worried that they were just gonna make her this cliche villain, but actually she had a lot of character.
I thought they were gonna pull a Lotso and Stinky Pete. They've done that. There was 2 films in a row that they did that kind of villain thing, and I didn't like it. But Gabby was so good, and the fact that she just wanted to be loved, and she was the one that convinced Woody to do the thing that removes her own, removes his voice box.
Yeah,
I felt like it seemed sinister, like the whole plan was kind of sinister, but the way she convinced Woody towards the end of the film to give her his voice box for the reason that Woody's had 2 chances, and Gabby's had none because she's been defective from the start.
Yeah, for sure.
That was actually,
and it also explains the story of what happens to toys who are defective.
Yeah, but that was like, I genuinely say that was kind of deep as well.
Yeah.
Because the way they said, like, because in Toy Story 2, Stinky Pete was, he's like, he was a toy, and he tried to explain to Woody that the whole concept of being a toy is that people move on, but you are endless. You need to start getting used to the fact that you have to conform to the fact that you're going to remain a toy and you're going to be moved on like forever and ever. You don't want that to happen. You should probably stay in one area. That's like Stinky Pete's one. Lotso's moral was that, people move on as well. As in, you need to understand that this kindergarten place, when you're in the nursery lets you have that kind of, it lets you have that kind of freedom with moving around and everything, and you stay in one place where kids like will come in and out, but you'll never leave the area. Toy Story 4 kind of flipped that on its head. Like, you think about it, the whole concept of Toy Story 4 is that the other toys want to stay with Bonnie.
I think it was a finale, because I think the whole concept of it was to try and explain that these past villains were actually wrong, and how
I thought they were right.
I think
because Woody eventually followed what they said.
I think in a way they were right and wrong. So basically, the whole point is that they're trying to make is that there's always love out there, but sometimes you have to move on.
Yeah,
but with the villains, they were like, there's love, but then it ends.
The villains were saying that they're doing it from a place of bitterness. Like, Woody's the one line to, I remember Woody's line to Bo Peep towards the end of the film, towards the climax, when he said, like, it's called loyalty, something a lost toy wouldn't understand. That was like Jesus Christ.
That was dark.
Even the people in the cinema, it was like silent and stuff with like a select few laughs, but that scene generally silenced everyone else. Some people were just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, like, literally, it's like, it's like if it was something like even in a rap, but if it was in a cinema, that's like something that people will go like, oh, he's like, that was legit, like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was, the writing in this was
the writing was solid.
Yeah.
The one thing though that I didn't like, was Buzz. I was gonna say, out of all the characters and everything, Buzz and Jessie did dirty.
Yes, they really did Jessie dirty.
Yeah.
Like, I guess maybe it's just because they wanted to make a new story, but
they wanted to like go over Bo Peep again, and because Jessie did have a lot of like, Jessie had a lot in Toy Story 2. So that's the thing. Jessie and Buzz had a lot in Toy Story 2 to do. In 3, and then 4 was like,
they've kind of really thrown Buzz aside, and that's my only niche. People may be like, well, he had 2 films. He was a main character.
He was a main, and the entire reason of Woody's character arc in the first and second film.
Yeah, it's not Toy Story was Woody and Buzz. It wasn't just Woody originally.
It was
like
Woody and Buzz.
Woody and Buzz. That's the whole original.
They were like friends. That's the thing, because it's like, the whole thing, you got a friend me thing. It was like Woody was with Buzz for the whole of the first film, because Buzz had that delusion that he wasn't a toy. He was actually like,
a space ranger.
Yeah, a space ranger. And Woody was lecturing him throughout the entire film that he is a toy, while also realizing himself that he needs to think of other toys as well. He needs to see that he's not like the top, all that shit. And the second film was literally Woody realizing his own place in the entire toy industry, and Buzz rescuing him and proving that they're friends.
I do still think that Toy Story 2 is my favorite.
I think Toy Story 2
and I'm not too sure why. I think the scale's just bigger.
I think the scale, and I think Toy Story 2 is the perfect kind of story. It was.
Yeah, it story. Really was. It was bigger and it was better.
And not just exactly. It was better, as in introduced Jessie in such a way that people didn't go like, oh, it just introduced another toy.
I think that you could argue that maybe Toy Story 4 and 3 tries a bit, like in the most critical way possible, tries a bit too hard to be emotional.
Oh, no, do you know what I was going to say? So, I think I mentioned this on a tweet. Toy Story 1 and 2 are like the 2 main films. Like, they're like the main films.
Yeah.
Toy Story 3 is the PS4 remake of Toy Story 2. And then Toy Story 4 is the DLC to add on to it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that's harsh, but it's...
I think it's harsh, but I do think... if you boil it down to the bare minimum, that's pretty much what the Toy Story franchise kind of is. But I know what you mean by it trying too hard to make scenes emotional, but you need to understand as well that people who are there, they're going to see these toys as well. It's very hard to make something emotional even as a kids film, because you need to explain to kids why the whole concept of them leaving each other is...
I just feel like Toy Story 2 had so many different like genres in it.
It had so many different genres and so many different callbacks as well, like the Star Wars reference with the... I can't remember that name. It began with Z. It was like Zoltan. No, I can't remember. But yeah, Buzz was fighting him, and then it was like, "Oh, you killed my father." And he says, "No, I am your father." And Buzz is like, "No."
Yeah.
That was, and it's because he fully. That also was a good callback. Zug. Yeah. And that's a full callback to the first Toy Story film because Buzz was like, reenacting the Space Ranger thing. With Star Wars references. Also good. I was gonna say this as well. We haven't done. Oh, do I mention this now? I'm probably going to mention it later. But it's the whole thing about Toy Story 4 being a lot of callbacks as well. And one thing that I think a lot of people won't mention about Toy Story 4 is that the toys had variety.
What do you mean?
There was so much variety in each of the toys and how they were animated as well.
Oh yeah. God, yeah, for sure.
You had the puppets, you had Benson, those puppets who were good, the kind of creepiest things you find in Goosebumps.
Yeah.
You had the tiny toy that looked like a fucking Playmobil.
Yeah.
This tiny, that tiny, I can't remember his name, it was like Giggles something.
Bo Peep's friend.
Yeah, Bo Peep's friend. You also had, oh my God, I can't remember his name.
The driver.
The Daredevil.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. We'll just call him Daredevil.
Yeah, well, I don't want to call him Daredevil. I want to remember by his name.
I don't know.
Because it was like a big thing.
I can't even remember his name, but I know who you're referencing.
The guy that Keanu Reeves voiced.
Yeah.
Well, Keanu Reeves had a good year, by the way, off topic. But yeah, it's like Toy Story. I think in terms of there was so much variety in each of them, and the toys' movements as well. What you didn't have in the first film was variety. All the toys were plastic things that you do stuff. But you had some variety in the Piggy Bear, you had Piggy Bank, you had Rex and everything.
Yeah.
But in the newer ones, there's so much variety with each of the toys and what they did. They really flexed how much they'd grown from Toy Story.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's really it's just so mental. Like the cats look like something from the future.
Yeah, for sure.
I was genuinely floored. I was like, wait, are they starting to put live action segments in Toy Story? This is weird.
No, I was genuinely concerned that they were actually doing that at one point.
That scene where he first sees the antique store. You know that road and the way the antique store looked. I was like, wait. I was like, what the fuck?
It looks real, and it's so scary that they can animate that well now.
Yeah, not just animate, rendering, lighting, modeling, the effects. It's so much attention to detail. You could see prints, fingerprints on some of the toys, and it's like, what? It's just the fuck.
They should give themselves. They genuinely should give themselves a big pat on the back because they did bits.
People are gonna be clowning on people saying that, all these new anime films and stuff should be getting best animated film at the Oscars. No, I think Toy Story 4 is gonna get it this year.
I think Toy Story. So far, I think Toy Story deserves it. I don't think there's anything that's really top.
Even with Makoto Shinkai's new film, the guy who made Your Name, which is admittedly extremely fucking good. At Brown Table will probably kill me for this and stuff, but yeah.
See his latest video.
Yeah, I've seen the video, but I'd say Toy Story 4 is on a lock right now. It's a lock to win. Yeah, it's on a lock. So
yeah,
and people are gonna say, "Oh, Disney this, Disney that."
No, best animated for Oscars, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say Toy Story 4.
What do you reckon it will get best film of the year?
Oh, that's gonna be hard. You know what? I was gonna mention something as well. Toy Story 3 was actually the third and only animated film to ever be nominated for best film as well as best animated film. Toy Story 3 when it came out.
I'll be Tarantino's film.
So basically, Toy Story 3, Up, and Beauty and Snow White are the only three animated films to be also nominated for best film.
Yeah,
I think Toy Story 4 might be nominated.
I think Tarantino's film will get it.
I don't think it will.
Really?
Tarantino. Honestly, in terms of film making, Tarantino isn't really liked in the Oscars apart from his writing skills.
But he's known as the best.
I know, but he's mates with Weinstein. He was mates with Harvey Weinstein. All of his
films.
He's
not anymore.
I know he's not anymore, but the problem is with the Oscars, it's I'll just see. You'd see what's gonna. I'd say just see it, but I don't think that even if Tarantino did it, I think he'll get screenplay.
Yeah.
He'll definitely win for screenplay. He's a master at just writing screenplays.
Yeah.
But in terms of best film, I think I don't think
it's
so.
not gonna be Avengers Endgame. It's just
I think Avengers Endgame might get a nomination though, because it's filmmaking achievement. That's why they didn't do Infinity War, because Infinity War was incomplete and people didn't feel like it earned it.
Okay.
Endgame might have earned it. Speaking of Endgame though, which is the fact I was going to keep until now, Toy Story 4 had so many things that I was like, Wait.
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. Like this is Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. The ending. So when he gives over the sheriff badge to Jesse, and that's like Captain America giving over the shield to Bucky.
I think Buzz is literally Bucky.
Yeah, Buzz is
Bucky. Jesse is
because he literally like hugs him and says goodbye.
No, but not just that. Buzz also lost an arm in the first Toy Story.
Yeah, he did.
And Woody was the one that accidentally. Well, no, Woody didn't.
And Bucky versus Captain America happened, and then fucking in the first one we had Woody versus Buzz.
Yeah, and it was not just that as well. Some of the lines in Endgame as well, like where it was like, "She will be okay."
Yeah,
Bonnie will be okay. Which is something that did piss me off about the film, was how you do realize Buzz and Woody have been playing around together and be growing with each other for 20 years, and you're really just going to make it so Buzz is like, oh yeah, Bonnie will be okay, you can go.
Yeah.
And just like the hug, it was just the hug was heartfelt, but I didn't feel like it was enough.
Yeah,
it was like they could have done, you know. I felt like it kind of felt like Woody did all of the toys dirty. Like they did hug each other and everything, but like it was really weird.
It was strange to see all of the toys just sat in the RV doing nothing. But then in Toy Story 2, they were literally crossing along the cities and shit.
And not just that, Toy Story 3, they were literally all working together as one collective unit to escape.
I feel like they tried to make this too much of a Woody Siller story. That's my only criticism of the whole film.
But to be fair, I think that was kind of warranted because all the other films are kind of all of them together, but Woody's story hadn't ended because Woody had the eternal question of what is he going to do when Bonnie forgets as well.
But Toy Story 1 and 2 made Woody have a big arc whilst combining everyone else together.
Yeah, I think because 3 was kind of everyone was content, and you can tell everyone was content by the end of 3. Woody was the one that severed his emotional connection to Andy kind of at the end of 3, but the real question was, what was he going to do for Toy Story 4? What was he going to go through? Because the cycle's going to happen again. Bonnie, and notice, I told you this on the way home from shopping, notice how Bonnie did not once notice or even mention Woody in the whole film.
Yeah, I noticed that throughout the whole thing. I noticed it from the very beginning, actually.
Yeah, Bonnie didn't mention him once.
And they tried to make it very, clear, for sure.
As in, it was like, it started with, Bonnie's playing around, but from the very beginning, where it was like, he was all the toys that are gathering dust.
Yeah.
And it was like, you can tell where they're going from here.
Yeah, for sure.
It felt like, because when they announced that Toy Story 4 would be a road trip film, I was a bit like, oh, road trip?
Yeah, genuinely, I was really concerned. I was concerned until we literally got into the cinema.
I was concerned because I'd even read the story, but so the way Disney releases their film is that they release a storybook that you'll normally see in schools and stuff. I remember reading the storybook for the first Toy Story. What they do is they get screenshots from the film and then they abridge the entire film to about 60 pages where they talk about the story like a kid's book.
Yeah.
The Toy Story 4 kids book got scanned, it got leaked. The whole thing got scanned and was released to the public about 2 months before the film actually came out. Yeah. So I knew, I had a general idea of what the plot was going to be. And when I read it, I was like, this did feel like a cash grab. It was like, they're going on a road trip and then Woody just fucks everyone off and gives Gabby his voice box. I was like,
you actually see it.
But when you actually see the film and everything's explained and it all adds together slowly, it really works. Like Buzz, the one thing I don't think we've mentioned yet that I didn't like about Buzz was the fact that he
was comedic relief.
He felt dumbed down because even he was comedic relief in 1 and 2, but it was well written. Like his character was still there.
Yeah.
3 was out of character because he was written to be out of character because of the Spanish defect. 4 though felt out of place.
Yes.
Like the whole thing about inner voice and everything. I can understand people will be like, oh, he's a space ranger, he thinks the inner voice is this and that, but you need to but it was established.
Buzz has been around for 20 years at this point.
And Woody's been there by his side.
Yeah, everything. Buzz is smart. Buzz gets smart in the second one. There's so many smart scenes with Buzz in the second film. I don't understand why they had to.
And in the third film, before he gets the Spanish thing happening to him.
You don't have to dumb down characters. This is one thing directors need to fucking learn. Like you don't
need to dumb down for.
Nobody likes it. Nobody in the world likes a character being dumbed down, other than a kid that might find it a little bit funny at first.
As in when people, I remember it was like a really stupid tweet, but people were saying, "Oh, when's the last time you've seen a woman character dumbed down for slapstick reasons?" And then I was like, "Wait, this is kind of stupid, and isn't this generalizing?" But then I actually really thought about it. I genuinely I genuinely can't think of like another film where another character gets like, even like, because a male character, you gets dumbed down for slapstick because it's funny, or like Buzz has been dumbed down for slapstick.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, Buzz was the only one that's been kind of dumbed down. Jesse didn't have much to even do.
Yeah.
And it was like,
they dumbed Buzz down so they could somehow fit him in there and probably sell more toys. They didn't dumb down Jessie because she's not much of a selling point. So they thought, we don't need to dumb her down. We don't need to think of a reason to fit her into the script. That's probably really, the reality.
And also, it was kind of because it felt like, funny. Like some of the scenes were funny. Like, honestly, I felt Key and Peele's characters in Toy Story 4 were in the trailers. They felt really fucking annoying in the trailers, but that's because Disney were overselling their involvement on the film.
Yeah,
they were really they were kind of decent. I think one of what was I felt, because in Toy Story 3 I laughed a lot, but in Toy Story 4 all the laughs are like kind of like that kind of laugh where you're like,
It wasn't the funniest, but
like even
people probably think we sound like we hate it right now. I'm just trying to get out the issues we had.
Yeah,
I don't think it was that funny. And
like the key in like that segment where they were saying, "Oh, this is how we're going to like deal with this is how we're going to deal with the old woman who runs the store," and it was like 3 of the same takes but different,
Yeah, that was the. I think
that was meant to be the one that everyone was like, wow, like knee slapping and everything, like screaming, like it's funny.
Yeah,
it didn't get much of a. It
kind of went on a bit.
I was
too
like,
long.
I understand that kids will probably find that kind of funny.
I think it just went on a bit too long. Them characters were the funny ones, though.
Yeah, because it's Jordan Peele and Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah.
You can understand.
They were designed to be the funny ones.
Yeah, they were like the comic characters, and they worked together. They bounced off each other. Well.
It was really good. It was really good, and that's another good thing about it. And in general, the whole film was good. Like,
it was great. It was magnificent.
Yeah.
I'd say it was 9.5 out of 10, and I still probably maintain it. It had moments where it felt like I'd say inferior to 1 and 2, better than 3.
I would say it's an 8.5 out of 10, and let me give my reasons. The only reason I'd say it's an 8.5 out of 10 is because I think it's a really great film, but I would rather go back and rewatch Toy Story 1 and 2.
Yeah,
I feel like them films have more rewatch value.
Yeah, but I think with rewatch value as well, one thing that I don't like about the newer films as well is such a really massive pet peeve is the fact that it makes the old films age like milk.
Yeah,
Incredibles 1 has some sharp writing. It's so well done and sharp. Then Incredibles 2 came out. It wasn't as good as Incredibles 1, but the animation quality and the lighting and everything look god tier. Which is why if you go back to the first Incredibles,
but this is only a new thing though, because older films like older animated films still look good to watch.
Yeah.
So when you watch things like Jungle Book, it still is enjoyable. Like, that's because it's all drawn.
It's drawn, and that's the thing. Drawn stuff doesn't age because
drawn stuff, if anything, ages like fine wine.
Yeah, it does. No, drawn stuff ages like fine wine because there's nothing. You don't have to look at the intricacies such as rendering 3D.
It helps. Kind of I feel like it helps animators learn.
Like The Prince of Egypt is there's a DreamWorks film, and it's a DreamWorks musical, and it ages like literally. I watch it like to this day. Really. The soundtrack is amazing. The drawings are all amazing, but that's because it's 2D. 3D is a problem because I tried to watch the first DreamWorks animated film, which was Ants.
Oh my god, Ants! I remember that.
Ants
film
came out the same year as Toy. It came out 1997.
I love that film.
And the problem is, it ages like fucking milk.
It does.
Ages like milk.
I think the only one which really hasn't aged terribly is actually Ice Age.
Nemo.
Ice Age.
Ice Age aged like fucking milk.
It
looked like shit.
What am I thinking of then?
What are you thinking of? Because Ice Age looks like, what I'd say, apart from some of the animation and stuff. But
wait, what did you say before?
I said Finding Nemo. That came out in 2003. Finding Nemo.
I swear to God, Ice Age aged well. I swear, man.
Ice Age. I think if you look at the human characters and everything in Ice Age 1, it was like, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was meant to be like that.
I think the one thing that actually aged well was Shrek. The first Shrek.
Oh, Shrek is Shrek and Toy Story 2 are the greatest animated films of all time.
Yes, I honestly would agree that Shrek Toy Story 2
is fucking hilarious.
It's not just hilarious. It's like it doesn't age. It's timeless.
Yes, it's so good. How did they manage to make such gold there?
Because they were taking the piss out of Disney.
And the thing is, though, we went through that phase in like 2016 when people memed it and said, "Oh, Shrek's terrible," but then in like 2018, people were like, "Wait, no, hold on, Shrek's actually really good.
Did people really think that Shrek was terrible?
I think they did. No, for real. People used to think it was shit. I swear to God. I had friends who used to not like Shrek and Shrek 2.
I think it's because I think the reason why this has happened was because the public opinion on Shrek twisted when Shrek the Third and Shrek 4 came out, and then the memes about Shrek people thought they were like, wait, no, our last appearance of Shrek was Shrek 3 and 4, which are kind of shit. They didn't remember about the first 2 Shrek films, which were god tier. Shrek 2 is peak 3D animation. Yes, no, I will say that. I think it was a mixture of amazing writing and the fact they took a piss out of a company and they couldn't respond.
Yeah.
Like Disney couldn't say shit.
And they're rebooting it.
Yeah, but they're not rebooting it. It's a sequel.
Oh, I thought it was a reboot.
It's a sequel. It's basically the way they're doing it. It's still a 5th Shrek film, but it's not like a direct sequel. It's not a direct sequel.
So what is it?
It's like few years later kind of thing.
Oh.
So it's like they're happy and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I guess it could work. I was kind of hoping they just did reboot it, but
I don't. No, rebooting Shrek would raise hell.
Really?
It would raise hell.
I just want to see a funny Shrek film again.
Do you know what I want to see? I want to see Disney go back and render Toy Story 1 with the visuals of Toy Story 4.
Could they actually do that?
No,
could they remaster?
They can't remaster.
Could they not pay somebody? Could they not pay somebody? Could they not pay a film studio?
It's another 150 million, and not just.
But then re-release it.
It's not just that.
But theoretically, could they do that? Could they remake the animation and then just use the same audio footage, and then re-release it?
Yes, but it would take several years and hundreds of millions. They should do
that with number 2.
They don't have the tech. So I don't think you understand. So
everything comes good in 2s, by the way.
I know,
everything. But look at Halo 2 and Toy Story 2, Shrek 2. You know, even part 2 of the
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, yes. The new Far From Home is Spider-Man 2 as well. That's meant to be the best one.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay, maybe not there. But it's always the second one. Avengers, Captain America Winter Soldier, number 2.
Avengers Age of Ultron.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, exactly. Like it starts to fall apart.
Yeah, but there are a lot of 2s.
22 Jump Street.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
22. I was gonna say it's better than 21.
Oh no, I think 22 is better than 21.
2022 is the one with the drugs, right?
They're both with drugs. They're both with drugs, but 22 is the one with 22 is the one with the twins. Yeah,
no, but when they're saying only they start there's the racetrack one.
That's 21.
No. I swear to God, it's the one where they go to college and there's the drugs have gone way too far.
21, they take the drug. 21, they take the drugs and everything, but 22 is the one they go to a party in high school.
No. 2022. I swear to fucking God, is when they go to college.
The joke is that they're both exactly the same film, but 22 is like the stakes are high. Well, not the stakes.
I'm just saying they're in college in 22, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of the right.
It's the one. 22 is the one with the My Name Jeff scene, and they do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I say 22. I think 22 is better than 21. Because 21 had some funny scenes, but 22 had some fucking bangers of jokes.
Wait, is 22 the one where
Schmidt?
Yes, 22 is better. Yeah,
22 is better. Yeah, but it's like good things come in twos. But Disney would have to raise fucking hell to make that film again, because I don't think people would want to. The reason why, there's a stat that you could render Toy Story. Disney can now render the first Toy Story 1 film in less than the time of the film.
Really?
Yeah, it's old animation technology, and it's literally the standard stuff. I could render Toy Story 1 off my PC.
No way.
Like the entire film.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I could never do that with Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4 is like a render farm, and it takes months to render the film.
Yeah.
It takes, I seriously mean it. It takes months to render the film.
That's fucking nuts. So there's just this big supercomputer just sat there rendering.
Not just supercomputer, multiple supercomputers.
Yeah.
They have a full building dedicated to computers that are rendering the film.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's how animated films tend to be rendered. And it's like,
I mean, how much must it take to render films like fucking Avatar?
That's different. It's not fully animated.
No,
CGI is different.
Is it?
Yeah, CGI is different. So on Toy Story, they use a render engine called Renderman. Renderman is Pixar's own render engine. The way it works is that they have these all their parameters.
I'm guessing it's not open to public use.
It is open to public use.
Oh, have you used
and
it?
Is. I've used Renderman.
Is it good?
It's public. So basically, Renderman, the public version of Renderman is basically a shit version of Pixar's render engine. You can render Pixar quality animations, but you need to know you need to be working at Disney to know the technology and the work that they do to that, because Renderman is not just you putting something in a renderer and saying, okay, let me render that. You need to put so much care in it. And it's really Disney. There's a reason why Disney are seen as like the best of the best when it comes to animation, because they're the ones that constantly work on new technology. Every short before a Pixar film is a tech demo of what they experiment with for future films. For example, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, they were all tests for 3 different things. Monsters Inc. was the test for fur, Finding Nemo was test for water, Incredibles was test for special effects.
Wait, they did tests in other films?
Yeah, that's what they do.
So I can go find these shorts right now.
So they can experiment. Yeah, every single short before a Pixar film is a tech demo of the new stuff they've been making in between films.
So there is a short of a Finding Nemo film.
No. What I'm trying to say is that the build up to each of the films are basically effects that they're testing. So you know how before every Pixar film there's the shorts. Yeah. The shorts film has technology that they've never tried before.
Oh, okay.
The stuff they've never tried before is showcased in that, and that's basically them telling you that we are going to be using this in the next film.
Yeah.
But what they did was they also experimented in the film. So Finding Nemo was a test for water particles and like simulation and stuff like that. Monsters Inc. was a test for fur. They used all of this and they combined both of the technology that they made for those 2 films in Ratatouille when they used wet fur with Remy and everyone. Yeah. And they keep doing that, and they kept doing that. Like they did lighting with Coco. Yeah. They tested lighting with Coco and they blew their load on Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
And they did the same with Disney Animation Studios. Like long hair, Tangled was a test for hair physics. Frozen was a test for was snow and particles.
Frozen physics.
Yeah, literally frozen physics. And it was literally that's what Disney are doing. Disney are normally like the pioneers for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
As in you can tell as well, because the animation in a film as opposed to the games, which is especially seen in Kingdom Hearts. In Kingdom Hearts 3, they reanimate scenes from the films, but they use another render engine that isn't Pixar's render engine. You can tell the difference because it looks considerably more shit. Yeah. Even though it's for a game, it's still a cutscene. It's a CG cutscene and it looks like shit.
Yeah.
And you can tell because they used a different render engine. It's like the difference between Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 4 is like night and day. It makes Toy Story 1 age like milk and shit.
But it's still beast.
It's still a beast film because the writing is witty and everything. And it's emotional as well. Like, you know the scene where Buzz thinks he can fly? Yeah. And he tries to fly and he just lands and breaks his... Yeah.
Lion King. I know it's not 3D animation, but Lion King.
It is not 3D, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. But Lion King is a film which has aged really well.
Of course, because it's 2D animated. Yeah. Also, it's the high, as in weird facts of the day, highest grossing 2D animated film of all time.
I'm not surprised. This is
926 million.
This is why I predict that Toy Story, Lion King, the fucking live action version is going to bang.
It's going to bang on 50 different levels, but I think it's going to be, in terms of the highest grossing films this year, I think it's going to be second.
Yes, it will.
Endgame first because that can't be beaten. Lion King with 1.4 billion, then Captain Marvel.
I'm gonna say 1.6.
No,
I'm saying 1.6.
No,
I'm saying 1.6.
1.6 that's a massive stretch.
But is not IMAX, is it?
No.
Okay, and then I'm gonna say 1.4.
I'm going to say 1.3.
Why do they not make animated film? I guess it's because IMAX.
Because IMAX is down to the camera and the specific way it's projected onto the screen.
Yeah, so you can't make an animated.
You can't make an animated IMAX film the same way with an IMAX camera. So animated films are immediately at a disadvantage.
Will we ever get an IMAX animated film?
Yes.
Oh, that's beast.
Technically, SpiderVerse works extremely well with IMAX because of the sound design.
Can we have SpiderVerse 2 in IMAX, please?
No.
Okay.
I just said it was like, no, we can't.
Okay, but what about SpiderVerse live action?
No.
You don't want that to happen, do you?
No, because that would just shit.
You don't want that. You like when they release it, it's literally the gif of look how they massacred my boy.
Literally, look how they massacred my boy.
I love the whole idea of Spider-Verse is a straight out fucking story for all the Spider-Man characters who don't get enough appreciation. You know,
yeah,
like Miles. It's a Miles Morales story. Yeah, but then they're like, right. So we're gonna go take them characters which everyone appreciates and give them the same version of this, but make it live action. It's like it would be so dumb. I just please Marvel, if you're listening, I know you're not listening, but just don't make it. Just make maximum carnage and throw Tom Holland into it. Make it a SpiderVerse. Make that, because this is apparently what they're gonna do. I don't know. Apparently they don't want Venom in the MCU.
They don't.
But they said they should do it so Tom Holland slips into a multiverse where he lands in the Venomverse and he has to fight Carnage.
That seems so weird to me.
It seems weird, but it makes sense because it's happened in the comics.
Everyone that says like stuff that seems weird to them now will probably be realized.
Tom Hardy and Tom Holland will work well together.
Both British actors with American accents.
Yes, and this just shows British.
Mental why British actors are so much better.
We
than
are
American
supreme.
Actors. We are supreme. And
look at the X-Men, man. Look at even the British actors in that.
Australian, British, literally everyone. Is
if you're Australian, you're pretty much British at this point.
Yep. You've got the Union Jack in the flag.
We need to do a whole episode dedicated to X-Men because I've been going through them films. We literally just watched Logan.
To be fair, we did do an episode.
But we can do another. I want to do another one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I still need to see Dark Phoenix, but I don't want because right now I'm a big X-Men fanboy, but I don't want. Yeah. But I know I'm gonna come out the film and be like,
what the fuck? You'll be like, I hate X-Men.
I literally the last 3 X-Men films that I've watched are First Class, Days of Future Past, and now Logan. The best X-Men film.
The best
ones.
X2 as well.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, you are on a roll, and I feel so.
I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll of brilliant genuinely. Yep. I have enjoyed these films more than most MCU films. I would genuinely say top X-Men films are better than most MCU films.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah, it's like
I honestly, after watching Logan again for the first time in like a year and a half, after watching Days of Future Past and First Class, I'm genuinely like, MCU sometimes ain't shit. Like sometimes MCU really.
That's because
I'm starting to see the MCU as a bit repetitive at this point.
Yeah, but then you watch Apocalypse and then you watch Dark Phoenix, and you're just
for sure. Yeah. But I'm confident the new Spider-Man's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm confident.
I don't think that's going to be bad.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be bad. It's like, I just think, in general, the whole thing about sequel culture is that they want to, every time, that's the main thing I didn't like about sequels, is the fact that they want to expand on a world that was clearly well established and concluded in a single film.
Yeah.
It happened with John Wick. Even though John Wick kind of did it well, it was like, John Wick was a very, very good, well done action film, but then 2 was like, you know what? You know this world? It's a big underworld with loads of people and stuff. It's like, fuck.
I think there's only one story which it hasn't had it done to, but it still kind of has, and that's Lord of the Rings. I know The Hobbit, but Lord of the Rings hasn't been touched as a story.
But that's because book and everything. Yeah, it can't.
Sell it to the studios, mate. You never know.
Well, you say that to the studios, but they refuse.
The family.
Yeah.
True. I mean, how did Amazon get the rights to the fucking the Silmarillion?
They paid the fuck
because they refused to give them rights to. I remember in 2015, I think, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I was reading about it, and I started reading Silmarillion, and I was like, wow, why has this not been produced? And I looked it up, and I was like, apparently the family were dead set against it
because they fucked the Hobbit up.
How much money did they have to pay? Yeah. I think Amazon have.
No. They didn't trust WB because they fucked up with the Hobbit.
Vikings is probably a good show that Amazon can do a good medieval thing. I've not fully watched Vikings.
Is an Amazon.
What? It's on Amazon?
No, it's History Channel.
Vikings.
Yes.
Why is it always premiering on Amazon?
Because they have it's not the rights to it. It's like you'll see shows.
So they premiere it on there, but they don't make it.
They don't produce it. It's History Channel.
Why is it? I swear, why is Vikings always advertised to me then? I've always been under the impression that's an Amazon original. Because
Amazon have if it doesn't say Amazon original, then it's not an Amazon original.
Yeah, but I swear to God, this was an Amazon original.
Nope, History Channel.
Oh my God, what the fuck? I didn't even realize History Channel did that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. No one realized History Channel did that stuff.
Wait, so even my dad thought this was an Amazon film because everyone watches it on Amazon.
Yeah, because no one fucking watches History Channel.
So we've all been sold a lie. This is not we haven't been sold a lie. But this is the effect. What's it called?
What?
The fucking that effect where everyone thinks something, but it's not actually something.
What?
The Mandela effect. It's not because the Mandela effect doesn't exist. But It's that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm kind of tripped out right now.
Yeah,
have they done anything like that then?
Yeah, look, Vikings is production. So it has all the production locations and everything, but yeah, it's literally just.
That's fucked.
Yep, history. It's History Channel.
That's fucked.
And Channel 5. Yeah, yep.
That's fucked.
It's on TV. It just because it has the Prime logo on it doesn't mean that it's an Amazon original.
Yeah, but I swear to God, I'm literally on Prime now, right now. Oh no, don't play US Office. We don't want to get copyright striked.
Probably didn't hear it.
Yeah, probably not. It just sounded like a little sound clip. I swear to God, Vikings is always on the front page of Amazon Prime.
Because Amazon are flexing and saying, "Hey, look, we spent a lot of money on this series." It's like,
So have they actually produced anything good original?
Amazon.
Yes. Oh, The Grand Tour.
The Grand Tour.
Yeah.
And Good Omens. Good Omens is a new show with David Tennant on it, and
that got advertised to me the other day.
It
looked
really weird. It's good. It's good.
Weird.
Yeah.
It weird.
Well, yeah, it's weird because that's exactly what the book's based on.
Oh, it's a book.
It's based on a book. Amazon just want to take all of those.
Talking of books, I want to start reading more books.
Yeah, I want to read more books as well.
I was going to buy a Kindle today, but then my sponsorship didn't pay me. So here we are today.
Ranting about Toy Story and everything and animated films like Pixar films. It's like, I really, really wish that Pixar films would be made with the same care as Toy Story 4 was. It sucks that The Incredibles 2 was such a downgrade.
What franchises do you think are the most cared for franchises?
How to Train Your Dragon.
Weren't you just watching something about that?
Yeah, I was watching like a video about the third film, but the third film was absolutely amazing. Like, cause the How to Train Your Dragon franchise is exactly the same director and the same team for all three of them. Yeah. Even though I was kind of invested in the franchise, cause I was like, the books are cool. Like, the books are super fucking cool, and they're dark as hell, and there's 12 of them. Yeah. I thought they were gonna directly adapt it. When I saw the first poster for the first one, I was like, who the fuck is that on the poster? Because that wasn't my fucking Toothless on the poster. Yeah. Then I watched the film. I was like, this is good. Yeah. I was like, whoa, this is good. Don't adapt the film. Don't adapt the books anymore.
Well, what other franchises?
The Raid.
Harry Potter. Well, originally before they released that.
Yeah, no, but but like, Harry Potter doesn't have care put into it anymore.
When it was out.
Yeah, I know, but that's when it was out, but it has never had care put into it. Because J.K. Rowling couldn't touch the films with a fucking 10-foot pole until the last two. And then was like, oh, these last two made $1 billion, so let me take entire control and start writing the future films.
They definitely didn't.
And then write A Cursed Child.
They definitely didn't make $1 billion because there was a snowball effect. The franchise was getting bigger and bigger.
And not just getting bigger and bigger. The films were really good.
Really good. And it wasn't you, JK.
It wasn't JK's doing.
It was not.
And then
you.
JK was like, no, it's clearly my doing. So let me actually write these films. Nah, it was fucking.
I guess the MCU.
Yeah, but it still had Perlmutter in it for the first half, and Perlmutter was fucking shite.
Yeah, but I feel like Kevin Feige cares for that franchise.
Yeah, I know, he does care about it. What else?
I'm trying to think. Is Toy Story, obviously.
Yeah, Toy Story, obviously.
Fuck me, the US Office.
You're about to say that. No, I'm thinking of franchises that.
I was only joking.
I know, but film franchises.
X-Men.
What else?
Not. I know. X-Men.
No, obviously not X-Men.
Obviously not X-Men. They don't give a fuck about that franchise.
They don't give a fuck. They never gave a fuck about the film. I'm trying to think of what other franchise. Is there any other animated franchise that was put in?
Cars. Minions.
Oh, you say that.
Minions is like a baby.
I do think that there's so much care put into the Despicable Me films
because they make so much money.
Yeah,
films are fucking like money fucking bags.
That's the problem though. Illumination's whole business model is to throw as
money.
No, not just that. Throw as little money.
Yeah, and then get all that money back in.
And then profit!
Yeah. Minions movie, how much did that cost to make?
80 million.
And then it made
1.2 billion.
It's like one of the highest grossing films.
It is the highest grossing second highest.
That makes me fucking
sick. Third highest grossing animated film of all time.
Kill myself.
Third to Frozen and The Incredibles 2.
That's fucked.
Speaking of, Frozen 2's coming out this year. You think that's gonna get the trailers? Trailers.
It looks like a complete different film.
It looks tonally completely different.
It's not even Frozen. It's like it looks like a fucking like serious like medieval action thriller,
which is a complete opposite far cry from what the fuck they did to WreckIt Ralph.
I didn't see the second one.
Did you not see Ralph Breaks the Internet?
No.
No one saw it.
Because it was shit, apparently.
It was fucking...
The first one was good.
It was like the biggest and worst victim of bastardization in its own writing.
What about Monster House? Do you remember that film?
I remember that film.
That film came out in 2006.
That creeped me the fuck out.
2006. Do you want to kill yourself now? 2006. You were 6 years old when that came out.
6 when it came out.
Oh my god.
I was 6 when it came out.
That's the one thing with animated films which fucks me up. They came out so long ago.
Shrek came out when I was 4.
Yeah.
I watched it in cinemas when I was 4.
I saw Shrek in cinema too. My dad always tells me memories about when you know the bird scene when the bird explodes. Apparently, I remember that. Apparently, when I was a kid, that one they'd always put that one scene on to cheer me up when I was crying and stuff when I was a kid.
Yes, you are a psychopath.
That scene fucked me up in the film. That's the one time I can remember laughing as a kid. That was one of the funniest moments of my life.
Honestly, I remember watching that, and I remember you know what's actually, because it was made for comedy as well, because afterwards she was cooking the bird's eggs.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck. Like when I realized, I was laughing really hard when I was younger, but then I rewatched it on Netflix. I was like, when the bird popped, and you don't see the result of it popping, you see it inflating and then just feathers just exploding. Then you see Fiona looking at the eggs of the unborn kids.
Yeah, there was
cooking them in front of Shrek. I was like,
really like without kids realizing dark humor in Shrek.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, you saw that like Shrek himself was vulgar and everything. It was like,
yeah, for sure.
Onions have layers. It's mental how much. I was gonna say, any franchises where you think the second was just ruined, the second ruins the first in retrospect.
Fuck, I can't really think right now.
I genuinely think
I was gonna say Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I'd say even WreckIt Ralph. One thing that Disney don't... That one thing about Disney, they don't pay attention to their own canon. The whole thing about WreckIt Ralph, the whole thing about going turbo.
Yeah.
Like, so in WreckIt Ralph...
I know, yeah.
They went turbo so many fucking times in the second film.
I wouldn't know.
And they did no consequences. Also, Ralph was reduced to a bumbling idiot. Like, he was reduced to like a fucking... asshole.
WreckIt Ralph is regarded as like one of the best animated films in a long time, though, isn't it not?
No,
I swear to God.
No, people are just like,
I swear, people love WreckIt Ralph.
They love it, but it was more like, a film about games that's good, huh? It's
really?
Yeah, it was like a film about the games that is good. It didn't make much money, but people were like, good.
Maybe it's just me and my friends loved it.
And had some good emotional scenes as well, and some good comedy scenes, like in the thing in the beginning where Ralph just went to do thanks Satan.
Maybe I guess just me and my friends used to love that film.
But I do think that it was like.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another franchise which died with the second film.
Kingsman.
I liked Kingsman too.
Get Out.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Fucking shit.
It was not nowhere near as good, but I didn't mind it.
It was fucking shit.
I think they just tried to make it into a new James Bond.
They parodied it so well in the first one, and they fucked it
so well, and then they took it too serious. But I still enjoyed it.
And they're making a third, so it's like
yes. You never know, it might be.
It's
good.
called The Kingsman, but it's like I just think that. If we've got in an era where you've got films like Toy Story just doing stuff so well, it sucks to see.
When are they going to reboot the Ice Age franchise?
Never.
No,
Disney owned the Ice Age franchise.
Yeah,
they ain't doing shit because the last film did so shit.
Then reboot it. Go on, Disney.
Why would they reboot it? You do realize it fizzled that hard. So what happened was first film
because they released 60 films.
No,
60. 60.
Yeah, okay, 50. I'd say 50.
60.
All right, fine. Let's go with 60 then. But yeah, pretty much. Like, it started with the first film, then it peaked at the second.
Yeah.
Then the third made slightly more money. Then the fourth just went.
Ice Age 2 was the meltdown, right?
Yeah. Three was one with the dinosaurs. 4 was Continental Drift.
What the fuck was that film? That's when I stopped watching. I watched
that one in the cinemas.
That film was fucked, dude.
It was stupid. But I was like, that's when I realized, wait, no, this film.
This is why I was like, wait, this is where are the humans gone?
Where are the humans gone? Oh, they went extinct. So how have you got a talking fucking saber-toothed tiger with the same voice actor in the space of 2 million years?
Yeah, it's fucking.
And then they had meteors in the 6th film.
Wait, there's 6 films?
I think so. Continental Drift and.
Oh my god.
There was one after that.
Wait, is Continental Drift based on Pangea then?
Yeah. Continental Drift. And Scrat's the one that starts it. Get one nut. One nut.
Why?
One
Why?
nut.
It cracks the whole... Do you not find it amazing that Scrat, or whatever his name is,
Scrat,
didn't become a meme? He's not a meme. Surely he should be a meme.
I think it's gonna. You know what? I'm gonna try and revive him as an ironic meme.
Like he should be an amazing.
Like
meme.
not a meme. I'd say
an ironic meme. Yeah.
It was like something that you see on like bro moments or something like.
Yeah, nah, for real. Now I think about it.
Scrat literally ended the world.
Well,
he did, because in Ice Age 1 he tried to take out the nut, and then the nut stuck to the ground, and a volcano went off and killed everyone.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
Mental how Scrap fucking murdered everyone.
Yeah.
Like in the short film, he split the earth apart.
Fuck's sake.
He caused a meteor. He was in space in the 5th or 6th one, and he caused a meteor to come and kill everyone.
Really weird.
And then they diverted it.
Really weird.
And now Disney owns it.
Monsters Inc.'s never gonna touched again, right?
Well, yeah, no, of course not. Monsters Inc. had a decent end. Monsters Inc. had an open ending. Monsters University led into it.
I thought Monsters University was wank, but that was just me.
Yeah, no, I felt it was wank. Oh god, Monsters Inc. Mike Wazowski.
Monsters Inc. is an amazing film.
It's an amazing. I think it's underrated. Not many people rate it as highly as the others.
You're joking, right?
Yeah, no, people. Not many people rate it as highly as the others.
But then they go and rate fucking Shark Tale, the wankest animated film ever.
Yeah, no, that's what I don't get. Shark Tale is something that holds a special place in my heart, because I remember seeing all the trailers for this, all the trailers for it after Shrek, and then it was like, I watched Shark Tale, and I remember watching it, and I was like, I didn't feel anything. I was younger, and I was black as well, probably because it was like that one like kind of black fish film, and I was like, cool. That's interesting.
Was it an African American film?
African American kind of film, yeah.
Oh, maybe I haven't watched it.
Like it had a banging soundtrack.
I saw it in the cinema.
Yeah. Ooh. The only reason why I was alerted to that film's existence was because there was a combo with, I can't remember what cereal it was. Frosties. There was a combo with Frosties, and I got a toy.
Thank God that franchise is in the fucking bin.
Yeah, with only one film, because it was shit and it made no money. Because
it's weird that we still remember it though. There's a lot of animation.
Because I've watched it. To be fair, I've watched it so much because I've got the DVD, and it's like, and the soundtrack is good. It's listenable.
Over the Hedge. What a film!
Stunning. I've literally been recently listening to like the soundtrack from that.
Why did they never make a second one?
Because it made no money. You do realize
it was actually not very good.
Yeah,
but it was still really good.
Same with B Movie. B Movie is memed, but B Movie is fucking shit.
I've never watched it.
No, B Movie is fucking shit. Like imagine being cucked. Being cucked by a fucking bee.
I reckon the B Movie is like the new generation.
A bee. Being cucked by a
plot?
bee. No, well, okay, no. The
Barry B. Benson.
The plot's even stupider. So,
oh my god, I've just realised.
What?
Is Barry B. Benson related to Freddie Benson? Is this a thing? Is this a meme? Because that would be a good conspiracy theory. Is that a thing?
No.
That must be some form of conspiracy.
Maybe we could probably Google it.
If someone's listening right now, can you let me know if Freddie Benson being married, or no, Freddie Benson being related. Barry B. Benson is a real thing? Because
that would be hilarious.
I'm looking it up right now. Somebody must have said that, because I just thought that, and I've never even fucking watched that shit movie.
Yeah, no, but like with the B Movie, it was like, oh, our job is to collect honey and stuff, but I don't want to do my job anymore, so I'm going to sue the human race, and this one woman who owns a flower shop's going to help.
Oh my god, Faf.
What?
Oh my fucking god. Let me read you this. Let me read this on the podcast. Ready for this?
I think it's bad. I think your mic's on backwards, by the way.
No, it's not.
Okay, cool.
Okay, ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Barry B. Benson is the father of Freddie Benson from iCarly, and nothing makes sense anymore. I know you're skeptical, but bear with us. B Movie is that DreamWorks film that promoted interspecies love, and iCarly is the best gift Nickelodeon, no it's not, Avatar is, gave to our generation. And even though they may seem like entirely different things at first glance, there's an explosive new fan theory that suggests they may be in the same universe. Are you ready to get your mind blown all over the place?
Too long. Give me a TLDR.
They're basically saying that you never see Freddy's dad, and Freddy looks like a bug.
Oh, is that fucking it?
Additional evidence: Barry Benson is related to Freddie Benson. It's a fan theory though, so I was right.
Yeah. Without even
look at that.
it.
Look at that. Wait, is it doing it? It's not doing it. It's a GIF. It's a little GIF. But
GIF.
It's not doing it. Look, it's loads of shit on it. Look at that. What the fuck, man? This is fucked up.
What? Oh yeah,
I've never even seen this before. What, man?
There's a scene in B movie that did make me laugh, and that's when the girlfriend killed herself in like a freak accident.
What?
No. Okay. Hear me out on this. It was a hallucination scene, and it was like a love scene where it was literally like Barry looking at I can't remember her fucking name, but like she flies in a plane and flies in a love heart shape, then crashes into a cliff and dies.
And you laughed at
It
that.
shows in the film. No, it's played for comedy.
Oh my god, kids were watching that.
And no, crashes and he dies, and then Barry drowns and then wakes up.
What the fuck?
And it's meant to be this one comedic scene because thing is playing, like Sugar's playing in the background, and it just stops as soon as the plane crashes.
That is fucked.
Yeah, DreamWorks in a nutshell. Like DreamWorks. Thinking about the problem with DreamWorks is I was forever in Disney shadow.
Yeah. What did DreamWorks last make?
DreamWorks How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, good shit.
And that's because DreamWorks is now owned by Comcast.
Oh my god, poor fuckers.
Universal will own it now.
Jesus bloody hell! If there's one politician that I will vote for, it's the man that destroys Comcast.
That's not gonna happen.
It's not, because they make lots of money.
Yep.
They make
all I want to do is it's like with it's just animated films, man. It's just franchises in general. Are we heading towards a dark age?
I think film is just shit now.
Yeah, and that's the end of the coffee club. Yeah. Are we actually going to end it? Wait, how long are we doing this for? An hour and 5?
Oh, Jesus. No, I just feel like film is... I don't know, man. It just seems to be sequel after sequel. I can't remember the last original film I saw when I was
because it didn't make money. It doesn't make money. None of these films make any money.
I guess. I mean, even like Tarantino films, like they're great, but it's the same actors. I want to see a fresh film for the fresh actors, where I can be like, that's gonna stick in my mind for fucking ages.
But it won't,
because there won't be one.
Exactly. Not just there won't be one. When there is one, it's shit.
Why? Because all the top directors are working for Disney. And
you're not wrong.
Yep, pretty much.
They're working in some branch of Disney.
God, they're probably gonna end up getting someone like fucking Tarantino in a fucking MCU film.
They're getting Tarantino's doing Star Trek.
Oh my god.
Tarantino's been interested in doing Star Trek.
Please don't. Just do something in the MCU. Make an interesting MCU film.
No, don't do. He fucking.
Can somebody just make?
No. Tarantino said his favorite MCU film is Thor Ragnarok. He watched it. He recently marathoned it.
I was impressed. That's why I said that thing.
Yeah, he recently marathoned it, and I was like, wow.
He's got taste.
He's got taste, of course.
I feel like the best superhero film is Logan. I think Logan and in the Dark Knight.
Honestly.
And
Into the SpiderVerse. Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
I mean, we're in a good era for superhero films which aren't MCU.
Yeah.
Infinity War was beast though.
Yeah.
Endgame was also beast.
I was thinking about something for a second. Animated. I'm thinking of something about the animated films. Like a point just went into my head. You know what franchise that got cared for a lot?
Fantastic Four.
No, the Madagascar franchise.
That was beast.
Madagascar 1 is fucking beast.
Madagascar is funny.
Madagascar 2, people say it wasn't as good, but my god, it
Kung
banged.
Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. No, the third one was shit.
Oh, it's not that bad. It was better than any of the shit they release now other than Toy Story.
Kung
Fu Panda 2 is one of the...
Kung Fu Panda 2 was god tier. Kung Fu Panda 1 was god tier. Then the third one was like...
Even the animation holds up.
I know, but that's because it's
2009.
Well, that's and also it was Oriental. There's DreamWorks first Oriental kind of production that we're working with different people.
I like them films.
But my god, I think Kung Fu Panda and Madagascar. I
always want to eat noodles after I watch them films because they always cook noodles.
The dumplings in Kung Fu Panda 1.
So bad.
I was like, you know,
there's something about animated films, especially anime. When you watch Hayao Miyazaki's films,
Miyazaki's films,
the food in them films are
because
massive.
It takes so much care into like the drawing the food and everything. No, Ratatouille. I legit wanted a Ratatouille after that film.
Really?
When Ego, the one that Ego had.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, legit. No, I got hungry watching that film, looking at Ego eating that fucking Ratatouille.
I think we can confirm that we're about to go into a dark ages of animated films and 3D animated films.
Yeah, no. Someone posted an infographic of all future 3D animated films coming out. They look shit. And then anime films are all like Blue skies.
We're even about to go into a bad era of superhero films because I've looked.
Endgame is over, so now everything is dead.
The MCU, the future films in the MCU, other than Spider-Man, kind of look boring. Black Panther 2 probably will be good. Doctor Strange 2. Oh, don't care about that.
Hey, don't diss Doctor Strange.
The first film was boring. What
Actually,
else
no, that was studio interference.
Yes, true, which is really weird. I mean, Guardians 3 is going to be in like 60 years. Fucking what else is there?
Guardians 3 is going to be after the Suicide Squad as well.
Oh, Captain Marvel 2, which is going to be shit. God, I sound negative right now. It's probably because it's 2 a.m.
Because every film is going to be fucking wank.
Yes.
Every sequel is going to be fucking wank.
Just make SpiderVerse 2, Sony.
Like Lego Movie 2 came out.
Does SpiderVerse have any studio interference?
No, none.
Do companies ever look at these films and be like, hold up, all them films with no studio, with no
we didn't step in
studio interference, they all made lots of money
and people really like them.
And this film, which we fucked up, called Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2 and even Amazing Spider-Man 1, they didn't make much money. I mean, Spider-Man
in that one, and Venom as well.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. They see films like that, then they see Venom. They interfered a lot with Venom.
If Venom has made money, why did you all go see Venom?
Yeah, but no, honestly, I was literally just punched the wall fuming. When people went see the Chinese
when people are like, oh, I saw Venom twice, I saw Venom 3 times. Why did you do that?
Why'd you do that? Funny.
Why did you do that? It's not good enough to watch more than twice.
It's not good enough to watch more than 30 minutes of it.
Venom is shit.
Imagine making a film. Imagine filming a film, then editing it to be something else. That's like making a YouTube video, talking shit on someone, and then editing it to make it like
ironic or something. Like legit, they made a film and edited it differently. Which is
Suicide Squad did the same thing as well, and people came out to watch that as well. Why is there a market for shit films?
No, I don't know.
Why is there a market? Do you know what?
Shit! We laugh at superhero films right now, but DC have Robert Pattinson coming, and he is the golden shining man.
Yeah, he's a golden shot. He's the golden guy.
Like he's the only.
Have you actually watched any of his indie films?
Yeah, I watched the fucking one. I watched. Oh,
I know which one you might be talking about.
No, I watched
the red jacket.
No, I think it was like 2 years ago. I watched it.
Is it the one where he was wearing a red jacket and had like a big scraggly beard and everything? Because I know that one.
He is really different in it. That's all I can say.
Different.
I can't
veins sticking out of his.
You know when
neck.
I watch films, it's like 4 a.m. I can't remember. It's like when I watched Logan. I can't remember half of it because I watched it at 4 a.m. last time.
Yeah, but you can remember it now because we literally watched it a few hours ago.
Yeah, that's my problem with watching films. I watch them all when I'm in bed and I fall asleep half the time. Like I can't watch Inception properly, although I have now.
I have. Oh god, Inception is my favorite film. Oh, you know what I was going to mention? You know what? Before we wrap this thing up, I really want to mention something. I have. I want Fraser to make a profile for it as well, but I have one now. I'm using Letterboxd. So if you want to, it's basically a social media for film people.
Oh, sick! Really?
So you could choose your favorite film, and as films come out, they put it on the website. You put your review; it's public and everything. It's like YouTube, but with films.
Oh, that's cool.
So if you want to, I'll definitely link my Letterboxd.
Professional film reviewers.
Yeah, professional film reviewers use that website and put their reviews in.
And we're going to be professional film reviewers now.
No, I've started reviewing films. Also, I have a list of my favorite films and my recommended as well. So I very much recommend. I have an IMDb account as well. I'll put in the description. I recommend you follow my personal one or the coffee. I might make one for the coffee club, but I'll probably do a personal one. I'll just keep it personal.
I'm gonna do it personal
for like film reviews and everything. I'll make Fraser make an account after this recording probably, or maybe tomorrow
in the morning because I'm a bit tired.
Yeah, but it's in general. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because we started with Pixar and now we've moved to a bunch of stuff. We do want to talk about like more wider concepts in the next episode. So, well, in the episode after the next.
Can we do a whole episode on the US office?
That's a good shout.
I like that show.
I like it.
I could talk about the US office for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I guess so. But
US office is beast. I'm rewatching it right now. It's beast. And my Amazon Prime isn't working.
Yeah, Prime isn't working. He's really sad. He's so sad he started fidgeting in the response.
I've been flying around my AirPods and you've probably been hearing that for the last 5 minutes. I just realised.
Yep.
But I think that's the ending. Do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we're going to call it time on the Coffee Club podcast for this episode. Thanks for watching this one. As usual, we are on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube. You know the drill. We're on every single one of them. The next episode should be coming very soon. If Mr. I'm Alex could give us the podcast file.
But if it doesn't, we'll come soon anyway.
Yeah, it'll come soon anyway. And follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel and everything, follow us on Letterboxd and everything, and I guess I could call it time on this one. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. And I think that's a great recording.